everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jennifer, and today we are doing a new releases, are they worth it video. I've brought back some of the things that I've been using over the last couple weeks that are new, and I also have two new items that I haven't shown on my channel yet. The Natasha Denona Retro palette, which we will try out today, and the Kosas Long Wear Volumizing and Lash Care Mascara. So if you're interested in seeing that, just stay tuned. Hey everyone. So as I said in my intro, I wanted to go over some products that I've been using over the last couple of weeks that are new to the market, that I've had a little bit more time to play with, to use a couple of different times, give you my thoughts on those. Those are the items that are already on my face. Those products are already on my face. And then also use the Natasha Denona Retro palette today, the Natasha Denona Macro Tech Crayon eyeliner that came out with the smoke palette, the mini one. I forgot the name of it. I'll put it down below. And the Kosas mascara, which I have not tried. I'm also going to use the MAC Tempting Fate lipstick. I did use the matte one. What was the name of it? Don't remember. That's gonna be that kind of day. But this one is a different formula. This is on a pedestal. This is the amplified cream formula. So I only use the matte formula. So although I've already used, the Tempting Fate collection and shown you guys that, I haven't shown you this lipstick or this formula. So first let's talk about what I have on my face. These are the products, like I said, that I've used over the last couple weeks. I've gotten more comfortable with them. I have additional thoughts to what I talked about in my first impressions. This is a really good corrector. It works really well on the skin. You cannot see it. It does cancel out a lot of the redness in my skin. I've had a little bit more redness because I have a few breakouts here and there now. And this gets rid of them right away. And then of course the rosacea that I've talked about before, I haven't had laser treatments in over 2 years. So, the broken capillaries are coming back. So I need to get lasers. But in the meantime, this works extremely well. And you're always going to have, or at least I'm always going to have, a little bit of redness. I suffer from rosacea. I get those types of things. So this is really good. And it's creamy and it blends right into the skin. It doesn't make my skin look drier. It doesn't settle into lines. This is absolutely worth it. So this is the Chanel Corrector Invert. If you have, redness and you want to cancel it out, the green. They have a peach one, I think, and then like a regular one. I can't remember the other shades, but this is exactly what I needed because I needed something to cancel out redness. Secondly, I have the Chanel Ultra Latent Full Coverage Matte Foundation on my face. I bet you wouldn't be able to tell that. It's excellent. It's just excellent, 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 excellent foundation. I mean, I don't know what to say, guys. I think I would say I love it at this point. So this is BR22. That's my shade. It looks great on my skin. What I've been doing to get this it's like a little, in the beginning, the first video, if you go back and I'll make sure it's linked, it probably looked a little bit thicker. So what I've been doing is I've been going in with this one pump, put it all over my face with that one pump, and then taking a beauty sponge, which I cannot find at the moment, then taking a beauty sponge, a very, very damp, obviously you squeeze it out, beauty sponge, and sponging it out, which actually shears it out a little bit more so than a brush would, and it's perfect. Literally perfect. Perfect. Love it. I mean, I would strongly encourage pretty much anyone to go buy it, unless you are extremely dry. Extremely. If you are extremely dry, do not buy that because it is more of a matte. And if you're looking for, real luminosity and glow, no, it's absolutely not going to give you that. But if you're anybody else, it's really good. Really good. I guess if you were extremely oily, maybe it would work for you because it's not mattifying enough. But I mean, I think this is going to work for most people. They have extended their shade range quite a bit, so you should check it out. Chanel's really good about, giving samples and stuff. So if you want to get samples, go to a counter, go to a boutique, and I will link. I think that it's available on Nordstrom as well. Highlighter. This is the Givenchy Holiday Highlighter. I really like it. And so I've decided I am going to pick up at least one of the blushes, the Prisme Libre blushes in this. I've overcome I don't like the cap thing. I still don't like the cap thing. I still don't like dumping into the cap, but there's a little bit of a learning curve about like how much you get out, but yeah, I think I've got it down now. So really like the highlighter. I think it looks beautiful on the skin. Just really stunning. And I like the whole Givenchy holiday collection, all of it. So I'm going to pick up the blushes. I'll have to order those soon. I've ordered a lot lately. There's stuff coming. Okay, Tom Ford. So a couple things about Tom Ford. Tom Ford has the Shade and Illuminate blushes. It has the Shade and Illuminate concealer. I have not picked up the concealer yet because I need to see the shades in person. And they don't have them locally, at least not yet. So I haven't picked that up yet. He did come out with his reformulated lipsticks. They've been working on this for quite some time. Hopefully, when they say reformulated, it doesn't mean I have to go throw them out after 6 months again. The first time Tom Ford came out with lipsticks, I bought a slew of them, and pretty much all of them have now been thrown out because the first time he did it, the formula was such that it didn't last very long. Then the second went fine, and then the third, like, I haven't had problems since, but now they've been reformulated. So shades that I loved that have been gone forever, like Sable Smoke and Sugar Glider, have come back, and I'll make sure the links are here. They're available at Saks and Neiman's and Nordstrom, and I mean, they're pretty much everywhere now. And there's new shades, which I have picked up, a couple of the new shades. Not all the new shades. I think I picked up like one new shade. He also has new lip gloss shades. The lip gloss was reformulated a couple of years ago. It's not my favorite, but I picked up a shade. I only picked up one because I want to see. It looked more like his old stuff, so we'll see what I think. It'll be here soon. So I'll do a whole Tom Ford video. Also, I do have some sneak peek Tom Ford stuff. It's going to be over on my Patreon page. It will eventually make it to my regular page. It's just that until it's released, I'm going to have a lot of stuff on Patreon. So in other words, if it's not released anywhere, if it's not, in another country or here in the US, I'm going to put it on Patreon until it is, and then I'll have it on the regular channel. And there are lots of reasons for that, so that I won't get into. Tom Ford. Let's keep talking about Tom Ford. Shade and Illuminate blushes. I did the video for this about a month ago, and today I have on Peach Poison. I love the blushes. I think they're beautiful. I think the formula is excellent. I really enjoy them. I think they look great on my skin. I am very, very pale. As I said in my video when I did the initial first impressions, these are not that pigmented. One shade seems to be like a more sparkly shade, and one shade seems to be more of a matte shade. At least that seems to hold up in the 3 that I have. I ordered 2 more. Again, they're on their way. I did not order, it's the last one. It's 06. I think it's Cherry Flame or A Flame or something. But I did order 4 and 5. I really like these blushes. It's my opinion, it's my taste, but I love them. The thing is, though, they're $90, so it's $45 a blush, because, there's 2 shades in here, but, I mean, there's not a lot of, it's what, 0.22 ounces, 6.5 grams, so, I get it. If you're not in the market to pay $90 for 2 shades of blush, and if you mix them together, 1 blush, I totally get that. Everybody has a different comfort level with price points, so I'm certainly not here to be like, you must buy them. I don't do that about anything. But I personally love the blushes. I think they look great. They go on my skin really smoothly. They last all day. I really love them. So I'm looking forward to getting the other 2 shades. All right, so that's everything that's on my face. So let's now get into the Natasha Denona Retro palette. Let me bring you in just a little bit closer. Okay, let's talk about Natasha Denona, shall we? So I hadn't picked up like the Triochrome or what was the one that it was like a Circle Loco, whatever. I didn't pick those up. But then I picked up the Zendo palette because I liked the mini Zendo palette, and I was like, oh, and I love Natasha Denona, or I did. And I hated the Zendo palette. And I shouldn't say I hated it, because that's very harsh. But I really didn't like it. I felt like all the shades that I liked, like all the blues and stuff, all blended into one color. And so I was very disappointed, that's a better way of saying it, in that palette. So when this came out, at first I was like, no, I'm not getting it, because I'm not doing that again. However, Morgan Turner and a bunch of other people said it was good. It's mostly Morgan, to be honest with you. She said it was good. So I was like, okay, Morgan said it's good. It's gotta be good. So I want to really quickly, and I can do more comparisons and stuff later, hopefully if I have time, but I'm sure you've seen a lot of them by now. I want to show you the mid-size palettes that Natasha Denona has introduced that I love. So the first one is the Glam palette. Now the Glam palette is like one of my favorite palettes. This is my color story, like in one palette. It's my favorite palette by her. The blue, green, and the purple, green, brown, purple, blue. I forget, whatever. The big ones, those big ones she came out in the beginning. I love those. The gold palette, love that. But this one is my favorite of the mid-size. I love these shades. They all blend perfectly. They make a great neutral look all the time. Love them. Bronze palette. Also, one of my all-time favorites. I love warm shades like this. I think they look really good with blue eyes. You know, really excellent palette. Great quality. All the mattes are smooth. All the shimmers are shimmery. Love them. The Love palette, which is not one of my favorites of Natasha Denona because the color story, it's just not really my color story. I like it. I just, you know, it's not the one I reach for most of the time. Like you can see like these shades I like never reach for. But the purpley shades I do. So I do like this one. But again, the formula in here is phenomenal. Just phenomenal. So I'm hoping the Retro palette is just in that range. I do like the shades better. I think the shades are very pretty. They're more of that purpley, cool toned with like a little mix of some browns and stuff in there that I think will work for me. So I'm hoping. I think you can see though, if you look at it next to like some of these other palettes, it's not the same. So like it next to a Love, for example, very different. I think you could definitely mix some shades together and make a, you know, a pretty combination, but very different palettes. Let me pull out the Glam palette is the one that I think is like the best complement almost for it. I'm just making sure it's on camera. There we go. Because there's magnets, they're like pushing each other away. But I think these two make nice complements for each other, but certainly, you know, they're different kinds of palettes. So it's very different, in my opinion, than the Mini. The Mini Retro, I think, looks very different than this color story, and I'll have something up on Instagram. But anyway, that's not, you know, we'll get into that later. I mean, really, the purpose of today is talking about whether these new types of releases are even worth it. So let me pull my hair back, and let's get into some swatches and a look, and let's see what we think. All right, so let's swatch all these shades. There's a lot of shades. So we've got 15 shades. I personally like these smaller ones. This first one is Glitz, because I feel like you don't need huge pans, or at least I don't. There's Glitz. Very shimmery shade. We've got Andy, which seems like a cream to powder, but we'll make sure we get that later. It's very purpley shades, but very pretty. We've got Jude. The formulas are feeling really nice so far, guys. Jude. And I know that there's a few in here that are also in the Lila palette. I don't remember exactly which one other one they're in, but I know there are some duplicates. We've got Mod. And I know that Morgan did like a bunch of looks with this. This one seems a little bit patchier. I mean, it's a light white cream shade. It doesn't even show up really well on my arm. We've got Vivian. So far so good though in the textures of all of these. You know, they feel soft. Just go. So we've got Glitz, which is a duochrome, Andy, which is a cream powder, Jude, which is a matte, Mod, which is a creamy matte, and Vivian, which is a cream powder. The next row, We've got Groove, which is a creamy matte. Yeah, it is. Purple's a little tougher, so let's, there we go. We've got Opart, which is a cream to powder. Yeah, very, very pretty. We've got Psychedelic, which is, I don't know what K is. Crystal? I'm gonna have to look that one up. That might be Crystal. It's definitely one that I would use with like the Pat McGrath wand. We've got Go-Go, cream powder. Definitely pretty shades. I've got Patty, cream powder. Okay, those are all the shades so far. All right, then we've got Swing, which is a metallic. Swing is very pretty. These are all very pretty. We've got Nude Mauve, which is a creamy matte. Running out of hand space. I need longer arms. That's a really good mauve. We've got Rebellion, which is a cream to powder. Let's put it down here. And then I guess I could put the remaining shades here. Then we've got Hello, which is a metallic. Oh wow, okay, that's a very smooth metallic. And we've got Amara, which is a creamy matte. So these are, you know, I would say cool toned, really pretty actually shades. I think these are good for like an everyday palette. If you like cool tones, kind of reminds me of the Glam. Maybe a compliment in a way to the bronze, since the bronze is all like warm tones. This is like your cool toned. I love Hello. Hello is beautiful. I love Jude. This, I think this is a crystal. I think that's what K is, but I have to look. That's stunning. That's gonna, I'll put that on top. They're all really pretty. I can already tell that the formulas are better because it stained my arm. That might sound a little funny, but when you're working with like good products, pigmented products, you put them on your arm like that and they stain because they have staying power, and they all just like merge into one shade, you know, when you do it. So it's a good sign. Weird, I know, for me to say, but a good sign. All right, so let's go on with the Wayne Goss. Let's use number 4. Let's use the Amara. That was that last shade. Creamy matte. And I'm not going to do, I always say this, I'm not going to do a overcomplicated look. I'm going to put this on the outer corner of the eye here. Just lightly. Yeah, these are very pigmented. Definitely doing better than we had before. So while I'm just doing this, I've noticed that there's been some good sales starting lately, guys. If you're looking for that, Nordstrom has had some fall things that like clothes that are like 50% off already. There's been, you know, sunglasses on sale. I mean, this is pretty early. I don't usually see those things until October, so that's, I mean, if you're looking for things and you know, actually need stuff or want stuff, that's a good thing. A lot of new perfumes out. I purchased some more perfume, which I don't need. Okay, so let's take the Andy, and I'll find out what all, so I know, I'll make sure I have all the acronyms right. So like CM, CP, metallic, you know what I mean? Metallic, blah, 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 so that we know like which one's which. I'm pretty sure I got most of it right, but like I know the duochromes, the mattes, the creamy to powder, but I want to make sure. So I'll make sure that's in here somewhere at a break or something. Let's use Andy, because I haven't actually used her formulas in a while. I'm just going to put this on the eye. Because like I said, the Zendo palette was such a disappointment to me. It really was, because I was looking forward to it, because the blues and browns and golds in there looked like it would be like a really nice combination, and they just all blended into bleh. So I don't know what happened with that, but I can tell you already this is better. Already this is a million times better, because I've put 2 shades on my eyes, and you can tell they are 2 distinct shades, which is a huge improvement over. This is what her older palette, the glam and the bronze and this is what I was expecting. Yeah, I know. I'm sure you've heard this from a million people. Okay, let's use the Groove, which I think is a creamy matte, to deepen up the outer corner and the crease. Yeah, I'm not a huge pink purple person, but I do like if you're gonna go into this color story, I like the more purple. So this is good for me. That's why I don't reach for the Love palette as much. Although the Love palette is actually not as pink as it might look from like the outside packaging and stuff. It actually has quite a bit of purple in it, which is why I do like it. It's just not my favorite. The Glam is my favorite. It's between the Glam and the Bronze in this mid-size. It's tough to pick, but I do love the Glam. I really do. It's a good palette. Okay, so this is blending out really well. It's important with mattes, in my opinion, to blend. It's important with all your shades to blend, but you really want to spend some time blending out, because otherwise you just, it looks harsh, or can. And I know blending is, not like a fun part of doing a look, but it will make a huge difference if you blend properly and spend the time doing it. It really does make a difference. And if you have good shadows, these seem to be really good, you should be able to get a really nice gradation of shades. So let's take that Mod shade and go in the upper part of the brow area. Yeah, that's a really good, that's a great, creamy shade. It's not really white, it's got some cream to it, but it's perfect for giving some lightness to whether you want it in like up here in the brow or in the middle of the eye or the corner of the eye, wherever you decide that you want that. Yeah, looks great. Really good. Really, really nice. All right, so now the problem is there are so many shimmers and so many just really pretty shades. I can't do them all on my eye because it's just not going to look right. That's one of the things I'd say about like a lot of these. You can do a lot of things with these palettes. So you can kind of go, she's curated it so that you can use like these rows to get a look. Like you could put, this is your transition. This is the creamy matte. Here's a matte. You could take, I'm sorry, this is a matte. You could take this as like the all over shimmery color, and you could do that for each row. Like you can make a look that way. You can also go this way. I mean, she's done it so that these will all really work well together, but if you're one of those people who gets overwhelmed by a large palette, I would stick with like the rows. Just do these 3 shades, or these 3 shades, or these 3 shades. She's made it so that works really well. But at the moment, I'm not overwhelmed. I'm just like, I want to use all of them, and that doesn't work. You can't. I mean, you can, but I personally don't like a look that has that much. I'm going for more of a, an everyday look today, but we've had this conversation ad nauseum about how everyday looks, that's very subjective. Like what I would think of as an everyday look will be different than what you think is. So I'm looking for something a little more understated, but that still has some, some glam, some oomph, but isn't going to be too much, in my opinion, of what too much is. So something like this, I think it's glamorous. There's definitely pigment. It's, it's a look, but I would feel okay with this. This would be like on the outskirts of what I would get to. So let's take the psychedelic, which I think is the crystal. I think. And just pop a little bit on the eye. I think this would be something that would do really well with the wand. But it definitely, just using your finger, you get, something from that as well. So I think that's a really beautiful look. Everything blended beautifully, but it didn't blend away. It's not all one shade. Love it. So let me clean the outer corner up just a little, and then we'll use a shade for a liner. I don't feel like we had a lot to clean up today. I don't have glitter all over my face. Things didn't flake. Really good formula. I'm very, very happy. I mean, I'm thrilled, actually. Like, very happy with this. All right, so as I've said in, previous emails, I'm a big Natasha Denona fan. I want to like her products. It's just the Zendo product, the mid-size was not good, in my opinion. And I didn't try the Triochrome or the Circle Loco ones, or whatever it's called. All right, so let's figure out what shade. I'm just trying to figure out what shade I want to use for liner. Let's use the Swing. I think that's a metallic. Really pretty. Again, not a lot of fallout. Yeah, really nice. This one's worth it, guys. In my opinion, this one's worth it. This one, she did this one right. This is really well done. Shades are beautiful. If it's your color story, I strongly recommend picking it up. Liner. I do have the new Natasha Denona, the Macro Tech Eye Crayon. This one's not new. Came out when it was the Mini Xenon. I think that's it. The crayon, the liner, I have to say, does seem pretty smooth. Goes on nicely. Seems like a pretty dark black. I'm going to use it just upper lash line, and I'm going to tight line. I'm not going to do like a heavy look. Let's just see how this goes on. And then, what I'll do, like I did with the Chanel and Tom Ford and Givenchy, as time goes on, I will talk about how it holds up and, whether it smudges everywhere throughout the day and that type of stuff. But for now, this will be a first impression. I do have to pull my line a little because my skin is not as taut as it used to be 20 years ago. But it does go on pretty smoothly. Easy to use. Very soft, actually. It looks nice. That was very easy to use, very soft. Reminds me of the Chantecaille or the Sicily or, any one of those. Really good. so far. I mean, it's a black liner. How, you know, unique is it going to be? But I do like it. I mean, all right. Let me smudge that, see how that smudges. I mean, the thing I have to say about like liners, they're either soft and they don't tug at your eye, or they're more like dry, old school kind of pencils, like the MAC ones that I just picked up, or they're super dry and I just don't like them. I haven't had any of those lately. Like the MAC ones are definitely drier, more old school type pencils, but they're not like super dry. They don't like tug on my whole eye. It's just, they're not like this. This one's actually very, very soft. That looks great. It's good so far. All right, let me curl my lashes really quickly and then let's try the Kosas mascara. Okay, so this is the mini size because I was like, well, you know, when you're trying new mascaras, I think it's always good to get the smaller sizes if you can, because they go bad pretty fast, and I do have a couple mascaras open. But the reason I wanted to try it is it looked like the bigger kind of wand, which is what I like. I like a fluffier, bigger wand. It's like my camera doesn't know where to focus. It's like, what is that? It's mascara, dude. There we go. It's got the fluffier. I actually like a curved wand too, so we'll see how that works. All right, so this is again the Kosas Long Wear Volumizing and Lash Care Mascara. All right. Let's see what it does. Well, I like the brush. I really like the Kosas brow product, the gel, which I use pretty much anytime I do my brows now. Although the next couple times you see videos from me, I probably will have just gotten my brows done. So my brows are gonna look a little weird. I thought about like, well, you know, just not doing videos, but I don't have time to like just take off a week and not film, because if I did that, I just wouldn't have any videos go up. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to just not have any videos for like a week or two. So you guys are just going to have to deal with me having weird looking brows for a while. I don't know how weird they're going to look. I mean, they'll definitely, you know, be a little swollen, a little red. I'm expecting that, but, and a little much. Like, you know, there's going to be too much brow, but fingers crossed it's not, you know, not anything like terrible. We'll see. So this mascara is really good. So far, I really like it. I like the brush. It's not quite as big as the Upswing or the Jones Road, but it's bigger, which I do like. It kind of reminds me of the Dior Overcurl a little bit, that shape, you know, that size, which is a good size. I like more of a volumizing mascara. Lengthening is not really my issue, although don't get me wrong, I mean, I don't mind my lashes looking longer. It's just, I have relatively long lashes, not as long as they were when I was younger, but volume, I like the look of a more voluminous mascara. I don't do false lashes, so, you know, this is my false lashes. And I also don't do like extensions or anything like that on my lashes. I have really bad allergies to things. So I just know I'd be allergic to the glue. I just know it. So it's just not even, I was like, nope. I mean, I know they can like test it and stuff, but why? Like, I know. I'm allergic to like practically anything that has chemicals in it. And, I have reactions to all kinds of weird stuff. Okay, that looks really good. Now let's see how it works on the lower lashes, because like the Upswing mascara and stuff, I can't use on my lower lashes. It's just, it's too big. So let's see if this works. I have to kind of pull my skin down because my cheeks are actually very high. And so like a lot of times my lashes will hit my cheeks, which I know is funny, but does happen. Sometimes I feel like my lashes on my lower lash line are longer than the ones on my upper lash line, which just is odd. So I don't do a lot on my lower lash line. Oh yeah. Okay, I'll bring you in close so you can see, but I think that looks really good. They feel nice too. Lash Care Mascara. I'll have to get more details about what's in here. It says, a clean mascara for instantly big fluffy lashes powered by hair care serum that helps stop, it says stop damage. It's like kind of broken there. Stronger, healthier lashes. Apply with the curve of the brush, following the natural curve of your eye. Wait 30 seconds to dry between coats. Cruelty-free, gluten-free. Free of carbon black, acrylates, mineral oil, talc, silicones, fragrance, parabens, sulfates. Yeah. Okay. So it's clean beauty. Feels very comfortable. I really like it. All right, let me bring you in close so you can see. Okay, that's very, very close, but I want you to be able to see the mascara. Yeah, I think that looks really nice. Love the eye look. Shadows are perfect. Liner's really nice. Hopefully she'll come out with some more shades in the liner because it is really smooth. It's a good it's a good liner. Okay. Nice so far. All right, we're having a good day so far. This is good. All right, so let's try the like I said, this is the from Tempting Fate. This is on a Petta still. And this is the cream formula that I hadn't tried yet. That feels really smooth. Really smooth. I really like the feel of this. I really like the feel of the matte lipstick that I used from MAC as well. This feels nice. The shade is a little warm for the eye look, but it's not bad. This Pedestal shade has more of a peach. It's a real peach, which is really nice because if you've watched my channel before, I have a really difficult time finding peach shades. Everything goes pink. I would say this is a true peach on me, so I don't know what it would necessarily go on you guys depending on your coloring, but this is like a really nice peach shade. Really like that. And if you want to cool this down, just use a pinker liner. If you want to warm it up, use like a chocolate liner or brown liner. You're gonna get a browner look. It feels really comfortable. This is the amplified cream. I don't really know what that means, but it feels super comfortable on the lips. Really nice. All right, guys, final thoughts. So the Chanel foundation, absolutely love it. I really would strongly encourage anyone who's looking for more of a full coverage, more matte, like a almost velvety matte foundation to check it out. It's phenomenally good. The Corrector in Vert Green, if you're looking for something to control redness, again, excellent, great. I love the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate blushes. I only have 3 of them so far. 2 are coming to me. I love the formula. I love the shades. They are expensive. The Givenchy Prisme Libre highlighter, I really like it. I didn't want to because I don't like the cap and the, but it looks really good. And I really like it. So I didn't want to like it, but I do. So it's just the way it is. It's good. It's a good product. And I really, really like the shade, and I think it looks beautiful. The Natasha Denona Retro palette. It's a really good palette. It reminds me of her palettes of old. It's a cool toned, pinky, rosy, plummy kind of thing. It looks really nice. It looks good on the eye. It blended perfectly. The shades are really nice. I'll make sure, like I said, details are somewhere in the video about which ones are which, but I really like it. I can see me reaching for something like this. The Kosas mascara. Excellent. I mean, this is the first impressions of that, so I'm gonna have to keep trying it, but I think it did a really good job. It feels very comfortable. If you're looking for clean beauty that gives you some volume, this might be a good choice. And the MAC Tempting Fate on a pedestal. Amplified cream feels very comfortable on the lips. This is a true, in my opinion, peach shade, and I really like it. And more importantly, I like the way it feels. It feels really, really comfortable on my lips, which is good because my lips are very dry. The rest of my skin has gotten less dry, but not my lips or my eyes, so I don't know what to say about that. Yeah, really good roundup today, guys. No fails, everything working the way it's supposed to, and really pleased that the Retro palette is as good as it is. I think that's it for today. Thanks so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it, and I hope to see you in another video really soon. Bye.